All across America, we have storms. Whether you're from Alaska all the way to Florida, storms are going to be blowing, and that's also going to have an impact on our trees. So let's talk a little bit about tree safety. Will Johnston is the district manager with the Davey Tree Expert Company, and you're in their north, Austin, Texas office. But as I was mentioning, we have wind everywhere across the country. So maybe you could give us some insights on what we can do for storm prep for our trees.
Making sure your trees are well pruned, well taken care of. A stressed tree, one that's suffering from drought, things like that, infection, bugs, stuff like that, is just going to be a little more prone to having limb failure and trunk failures during a storm.
Let's talk about risk and the roots. Because as I understand, the roots you might not be able to see, but that has a huge impact on the safety of your tree, but which also could be the safety of your house if that tree is going to fall over.
Definitely the number one thing you can do is pay attention to the weather. Are we in a drought? Are these trees water stressed and things like that? And just get your tree on a regular watering program. From there, trying to get your trees well fertilized, taken care of. Is there a disease that they're fighting? Can we put anything down that's going to help fight off that disease? Stuff like that. Certainly, the more well watered your tree is, the happier the whole thing is going to be, but the happier the roots are going to be. And when the wind pushes on that tree, dropping a limb can be a problem, especially if it's a big limb. But what we really are worried about is, trunk failures, total tree failures. And that's where, the wind is able to push that tree over and the roots fail, whether they break or slip out of the soil.
Let's have one kind of a specific question here. Let's say you have damage on a limb. Where is the right place to prune that if you're trying to repair it? Or maybe I should ask this the other way is, what's the wrong way to prune a tree, especially after it's been damaged in the wind?
Well, what we hate to see is what we call a stub cut. So sometimes after a storm, you'll have a limb that's broken halfway down the length of that limb. And it's just broken like this, right where my elbow is hanging down. And people will cut that limb just past the break so that now there's just this long stick, for lack of a better term, that's terminates at kind of an arbitrary point. When you see it, it looks bad, but it's also very unhealthy for the tree. The tree doesn't know what to do with that limb anymore because now the leaves have been cut off and it's no longer making food for it. So it tries to hold on to it, but it ends up just sealing off the and letting that limb die. And now you've just got this big piece of wood that's dead, decaying in the tree and can fall and hit somebody. But also, it can be a haven for fungus and stuff to really eat and get strong and then try to make a real push into the rest of the tree.
That sounds like great advice. Will Johnston with the Davey Tree Expert Company. We appreciate the time you've taken with us and look forward to talking to you more about different areas of tree safety and how to make our yards look better.